All right, moving on to the Rockets here, Bruni. You and I think both, or I guess I picked for the Rockets in our mock draft.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's as clear cut now as 1 and 2 was, but I think Reed Sheppard's probably the best fit for them, just in terms of what they need: shooting, off ball players. Jalen Green and Sangoon obviously need to have some guys they can pass to, and need a guy that can play off ball more. They need guys that, I mean, Amin Thompson needs the ball in his hands. He can't really shoot yet. So, yeah, I think Reed Sheppard is probably the pick here. What do you think?
Yeah, that would make the most sense to me. I think when we first were doing, and obviously I watched a ton of Reed just in the SEC this past year. But as we continue to scout him more, I became like higher and higher on him, because once you get past, like, you can compensate as a lineup a lot for his like size, I think. And that's the main knock on him is, all right, he's 6'2", like, and doesn't have like a big frame or anything like that. So that's the knock on him. But ultimately, if you shoot the ball at 50% like he did in college, none of that really matters.
Yeah.
And he's a decent defender. There was some talk about the Rockets looking to trade this pick. I don't think that's going to happen. What was you talking, right? Or
confirm that. Let me confirm that hasn't happened.
Yeah, go ahead. You're probably going to see who they pick when you do
Yeah,
it.
that's okay.
That's all right. But yeah, Reed Sheppard, if that is the pick, I would feel pretty good about that from a Rockets perspective, because you have Reed and you have Amin Thompson as kind of your backcourt of the future. Like, I know Jalen Green is there, but we'll see. So let's see it.
With the third pick in the 2024 NBA draft, the Houston Rockets select Reed Sheppard.
Yeah,
right,
that's the pick for sure. That is the pick for sure.
That is the pick. Yeah, like I said, I love the fit here. Reed Sheppard would have fit with anybody, honestly.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Almost like, as long as you have like a primary ball handler, he can play off of them, and he can do, like, I like him as a secondary creator, secondary ball handler, secondary shooter type guy. As I said at the beginning, if you're looking for a draft where you're gonna, at the number 3 pick, get a do-it-all flawless player, this isn't the draft for you. Brandon Miller and Scoot Henderson are not here.
Yeah.
But Reed Sheppard at 6'2" can play on ball, can play off ball, shot the ball 52% from 3 last year, 83% from the line, made plays with 2.5 steals per game, and was just ultra like efficient, do it all, ultimate like competitor there for Kentucky. So I think it's a really good pick for Houston, and I'm excited to see the fit, like how that backcourt kind of shakes out.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned secondary ball handler. My comp was CJ McCollum. He might not be as involved with the ball in his hands as CJ McCollum is, but I think that's a pretty good place for him to be. Obviously, some of the weaknesses we have: self creation, good handle, but he's not going to break down a defense. But again, that's not going to be his role. And then he's always going to be hounded for being 6'1". But I mean, if any player is going to be hounded for being 6'1", it's going to be him, and I think he'll do
at least be able to shoot 52%.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, just true shooting percentage of 70% is insane. 52% from threes, insane. When he was on the court, where's my offensive 130 offensive rating?
Yeah,
like when he's on the court, like that's incredible. And all that while playing 30 minutes a game. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they put him in terms of point guard or shooting guard with all the guards they have. But I think it works out 100% for him. I think he gets minutes coming in right away.
Yeah, and I don't know if they need to like rush him into anything, obviously, with them figuring out whether it's Van Vliet or Jalen Green and so on and so forth. Like, they have a lot of questions in the backcourt already. And like, how do they want to use Amin for the future? Like, they have a lot of questions to answer. Reed Sheppard, no matter what, should be in their conversations for the future. Like, they're going to figure everything else out. Reed Sheppard as an off-ball attacker, scorer, like, I just think, like, honestly, he's a pretty good passer too. 4.5 assists per game last year. Unselfish. I think Kentucky was significantly better with him on the court than off the court. So yeah, I expect him to do the same thing in Houston. To your points, like the question marks, I think you've hit them all pretty much on the head. Like, the usage percentage was really low.
Yeah, but again, that's not going to be his role. That's not going to be his role.
Yeah, it's not going to be his role, but like, how will he be able to play through contact? How will he be able to take those closeouts and attack them? Like, those are some of the questions. And does the defense hold up? Do you believe, like, how much do you believe in the defense?
Well, like I said, I think if any 6'1" guard is going to come in the NBA and be somewhat serviceable on defense, it's going to be him just because of his tenacity. Obviously, he's not probably going to get 2.5 steals per game like he did in college, but I think that one, his shooting is going to keep him on the floor, and his offense is going to keep him on the floor. And I think as long as he's not a minus defender, which I don't think he will be just because of his tenacity, then it'll be fine. I think everything will work out. So,
well, do you have any comps real quick before we wrap it up?
Oh, just CJ McCollum. I already, like I said,
you're CJ. I have like maybe Miles McBride, Deuce McBride from the Knicks. I thought about Peyton Pritchard, which I think he's better than Peyton Pritchard, at least in theory. So we'll see if that comes to date. A lot of people like Derek White. I think that's kind of rich, but hey, if he hits a ceiling, I think that, that is the ceiling.
Kind of rich. Laughing is
a little rich.
Imagine you just like laughing with a monocle in the corner.
It's a little rich. It's a little rich for my taste, personally.